We train people with a background of homelessness to be walking tour guides of their own city, and we offer those alternative tours to locals and tourists. Hi, my name is Zakia Moulawi. I'm the founder of the social enterprise Invisible City. I moved to Edinburgh 10 years ago. I started working with projects that supported homeless people all across the globe. I had a lot more experience working internationally than I had locally, so I just felt a few years back, maybe 3 years ago, that I needed to do something at a local level, and this is why I set up Invisible Cities.
I'm Paul, I'm a tour guide from Invisible Edinburgh. Unfortunately, I've got a long history of homelessness. I've been homeless about 10 times. Most of it stems from what happened in your childhood. I had quite a difficult upbringing and such like, so obviously I started getting involved in crime as well, so I got jailed as well. So for me it's kind of a dream come true, I've always had an interest in doing tours, and as soon as I found out about it, I was like, wow, that sounds fabulous, it's brilliant. I mean, as I said earlier, if you told me 6 months ago I was going to be doing this tour, and I thought you were crazy,
The whole idea is that a city is completely different to you than it is to me, and as somebody who's lived on the streets or has had a rough background, completely different again. And I think people who have stayed on the streets or have a background of homelessness have definitely a story to tell, and I thought it was a great way to use the background of the city to tell that story.
My name is Tony Murray and I'm a tour guide for Invisible Edinburgh. I've been doing the tours about two years now. My tour's all about crime and punishment, so I talk about the old gallows or the old prisons, things like that. But we also show other social enterprise and projects that help homeless people and vulnerable people. There is problems in the city, obviously, with homelessness and that, but I like to point out all these places that help people, because there is a lot of help in Edinburgh, so it's good to point these places out to people.
One of the most common feedback or piece of feedback that we get is it's like going on a tour with a friend, and I think that's it. You want to go on a tour with somebody that you can relate to, somebody that you can laugh with, somebody that can teach you something, and it's a personal connection. And hopefully that breaks down some of the maybe misconceptions you had, and it breaks down, you create a special connection, and I think with that comes understanding and change.
People ask how long I was homeless for, what it was like, so I just basically tell people the truth. If they ask me questions, I'll answer them as honest as I can.
As I said to you earlier, I ask people to try and not judge. Most homeless people are not on drinking drugs. It's when they're in that situation that they turn to drinking drugs to try and escape the situation that they're in, And most people are actually, because of the awareness in the last couple of years in Scotland, they're a bit more compassionate in Scotland towards homeless people.
Most people are quite happy to see somebody who used to take drugs and that changing their lives, so most people are quite positive.
This year we have decided to do it in Manchester and in Glasgow soon to be as well. The idea being that it can be rolled out in any city in the world. I would like to influence the tourism industry a little bit and say that we can do it differently. We can do it with a human face and with relationships being built, and we can use all the talent that we have and to showcase how wonderful Edinburgh is, how wonderful Manchester is, how to really inspire.